people would look at someone's identity card and immediately know that this person is categorized as Hutu or Tutsi or Twa. By doing that, the colonizers made sure that every Rwandans felt like different from each other.
Nubwo nje ubwanje nafata umugambi nkandisa igitabo ntago cyagifite umwemerere nk'icyawa muntu uri kuba ari ijoro ryo yaraye
rwose pe urubyiruko rufite ibitekerezo byiza.
I call my story Survival, the story of resilience.
As a presenter, you should make research for your work.
So we as the youth, we have to play a big role so that to protect our country, which will be given us as a legacy.
Abana bakiri batoya abakobwa n'abahungu bakora ubushakashatsi baganira n'abakuru ukumva ibitekerezo by'abashyize mu nyandiko biranoze ku buryo twizera yuko isi koko itazongera gupfa kubamo jenoside by'umwihariko u Rwanda yuko u Rwanda zongera guhura na jenoside kubera ko abato bazayikumira byanze bikunze.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kemba Teddy Pranciana, and I'm a student from Lycée Notre-Dame de Citeaux. Today, the topic I wrote about and I would like to share with you is colonialism is responsible for the idea that Rwandans are different. Now, before I go any further with what I wrote and what I would like to tell you, the reason why I chose this topic on our journey to prevent genocide, the first thing you need to know before solving a problem or preventing the problem from happening again is to know where it came from, what caused the problem, or what are the roots of the problem. When you get to know that, when you understand where and what caused the problem, you can therefore stop the problem and prevent it from happening again or solve it. Now, colonialism in Rwanda. The era of colonization was an era of problems and disdain for most African countries, and in particular Rwanda, where Rwanda still faces some of its effects, and over Africa, some African countries still face the effects of colonization. But in particular for Rwanda, where the colonialists inserted the tribes in Rwanda, the effects led to much more than killings or much more than poverty or dependence on the foreigners, but also differences which later led to genocide. First of all, in pre-colonial Rwanda, the social classes existed, which were the Hutu, Tutsi, or Twa, and which did not mean the type of people or categorize the people. They meant, or people were called Hutu, Tutsi, or Twa according to what they owned, to the property that they owned. But when the colonizers came, they used those social classes and made them tribes, making them permanent for everyone, which was not what was originally in the pre-colonial Rwanda. Normally, a person would go from Hutu or Tutsi according to the change in his properties. But when the colonizers came, they made it permanent according to physical appearance, while when in the pre-colonial Rwanda, it was according to what the person owned, which was the first thing that led to differences in Rwandans. The second thing that they did was the insertion of the tribes on people's identity cards. When you put something on someone's identity card, the person will look at it every time and feel like it is the right thing. People would look at someone's identity card and immediately know that this person is categorized as Hutu or Tutsi or Twa. By doing that, the colonizers made sure that every Rwandans felt like different from each other. They put the tribes on the identity card and made everyone feel different, made everyone know that he is a Hutu, Tutsi, or Twa, and that would not change. This enhanced the sense of differences that they had originally brought in the Rwandans. And they did all that because they wanted to, they divided to rule. And by dividing, they inserted the differences in Rwandans. The third thing that they did, which was also one of the main things that enhanced the differences among Rwandans, was favoritism of a certain group, which increased the line drawn among the Rwandans. They favored first the Tutsi in political advantages, in education, and in other domains too. For example, some schools would start and only teach the Tutsi. That obviously increased the sense of differences among Rwandans, mostly to the people born after those tribes were inserted. They felt different. They did not see their fellow neighbors or fellow families as the same, because they saw that not only were they different on the identity cards, even what they were given was different. So that did not only tell them that they are different, but it also caused hatred, because if someone is given favoritism, the other person will hate the person, because you will see that person is given more than I. Why we deserve to be the same if we're all in the same country? All that shows us that colonialists or colonialism brought differences, and they are responsible for the idea of differences among Rwandans. Now, what we should know, or what we should take like a conclusion, is to fight against anything that can differentiate us, being small, being the small things that we see, to the big ones, but nothing should differentiate us. We should all aim to be united and keep the social cohesion and be together, fight against any kind of differences that someone else could bring. Thank you very much.
Mwaramutse mwese, mpagaze imbere yanyu nitwa Uwaje Neza Byiringiro, nkaba ngiye kuganira namwe ku nsanganyamatsiko igira iti abarokotse jenoside bagomba kwigisha abandi ibiyerekeyeho. Ahangaha harimo amagambo abiri y'ingenzi: abarokotse jenoside ndetse na jenoside. Ikintu cya mbere twagomba kubanza twamenya, icya mbere jenoside ni iki? Jenoside ni ubwicanyi bukorerwa itsinda rimwe ry'abantu hashingiwe ku nkomoko, ku ruhu cyangwa ku miterere, ugambiriye kubica bose ukabamaraho. Iyo niyo bwo busobanuro bwa jenoside. Mu by'ukuri rero mu Rwanda mu 1994 habaye jenoside yakorewe abatutsi, aho yakozwe n'abanyarwanda, yarateguwe n'abanyarwanda, kabone ubwo bafashijwe n'abanyamahanga bari abanzi b'u Rwanda abakoloni, ndetse n'umwihariko igahagarikwa n'abavandimwe babo b'abanyarwanda. Twese turi abanyarwanda, ndi umunyarwanda rwose. Rero muri urwego twatugiye kuganiraho impamvu abo bantu ari bo bagomba kwigisha abandi by'umwihariko ibyerekeye kuri jenoside. Ntatinze noneho rero ingingo ya mbere tugomba guheraho ubumwe n'ubwiyunge. Mu by'ukuri ubumwe n'ubwiyunge nicyo kintu cya mbere kigomba gukoreshwa kugira ngo abarokotse jenoside bigishe n'abandi ibyerekeyeho, kuko birumvikana kugira ngo habeho umwarimu agomba kuba afitanye umwuka mwiza n'umunyeshuri. Twese turi abanyeshuri, turi urubyiruko, ntabwo mwarimu yaza kwigisha hagati yawe nawe hatarimo ubwumvikane. Nicyo kintu cya mbere ugomba kubanza cyakorwa. Uwakoze jenoside akaza agasaba imbabazi, ndetse n'uwayikoreye akaza agatanga imbabazi ku wayikoze. Ndabizi neza ko bitoroshye kureba mu maso umuntu yishe abavandimwe, inshuti cyangwa umuryango wawe, ariko mu by'ukuri bagomba kuba bihangana bagatanga imbabazi. Turi ku Rwanda rero, turi kubaka u Rwanda ruzira amacakubiri. Niyo mpamvu ubwo bumwe n'ubwiyunge bukenewe kugira ngo basese hamwe, barambike ayo macakubiri cyangwa urwo rwango ruri hagati y'abo bantu babiri, byanga bikora kugira ngo u Rwanda ruzaza hazabe harimo umwuka mwiza. Ntabwo nifuza, nta nubwo twifuza kuzumva ko abana tuzabyara bazaba bumva ko jenoside ari ikintu gihangayitse, ahubwo twifuza ko abana bacu baziga amateka nk'uko natwe turi kwiga, ariko mu by'ukuri afitanye ubuvandimwe, kugira ngo porogaramu ya Ndi Umunyarwanda ikurikizwe cyangwa igende neza. Nuko hagomba kuba hari ubwumvikane hagati y'abo bantu babiri, haba wakoze jenoside ndetse n'uwayikorewe, kugira ngo ibintu bigende neza. Iyo niyo ngingo ya mbere nari mfite ahangaha. Ikintu cya kabiri nanone, abo bantu bakoze jenoside, bakorewe jenoside, abarokotse jenoside muri make bagomba gutanga ubuhamya aho bari hose. Mu by'ukuri ubuhamya ni ikintu cy'ingenzi gikomeye. ni ukuri ubuhamya burakenewe. Kano kanya njyewe ntabwo n'ibindiho jenoside iri kuba, ariko ngendeye ku buhamya numvise, mu by'ukuri numvishe uburemere bwa jenoside. Nta n'undi muntu wa mbere ku isi wigeze unyigisha jenoside cyangwa wanyigishije ibyerekeye kuri jenoside keretse uwo muntu wayikorewe. Umwanditsi witwa Robert Kiyosaki yaranditse ati mu gitabo cye ngo umugabo mwiza w'umwarimu ukomeye kurusha abandi ni uwigisha ibintu yigeze kubamo. Mu by'ukuri rero nk'uko tubize nk'abanyarwanda, ijoro ribarura riraye. Niyo mpamvu abo bantu rwose barakoze jenoside bagomba kwigisha abandi ibiyerekeyeho, sibyo? Ikindi kintu nanone cya gatatu ni uburyo bwiza kandi bukomeye cyane bwazanagira akamaro imyaka ibihumbi byinshi ntazi umubare, uburyo bwo kwandika ibitabo ndetse ibisigo n'indirimbo n'ibihangano nk'ibyo byose by'ubugeni. Mu by'ukuri ubwo ni bwo buryo bwakoreshwa n'abarokotse jenoside kugira ngo bazigishe abandi ibiyerekeyeho. Ni ukuvuga ngo rero ibyo bitabo bazandika, nubwo nje ubwanjye nafata umugambi nkandika igitabo, ntabwo cyagifite umwimerere nk'icya wa muntu uri kuba ari ijoro ryo yaraye. Rero ni muri urwo rwego indirimbo yavuga ubwe yarabyiboneye n'amaso ye igomba kuba itandukanye nanjye ubwanjye naririmba mu by'ukuri ntayimpara icyo gihe. Niyo mpamvu rero abo ngabo barokotse jenoside ari bo bagomba gufata iya mbere bakigisha abandi ibiherekeyeho. Mu by'ukuri ibitabo ntabwo bisaza, indirimbo ntabwo zisaza. Ahangaha nasomye igitabo cyanditswe mu myaka 120 ishize kandi mu by'ukuri cyanditse ntabwo akiriho. Ni ukumvikanisha yuko icyo gitabo nanjye nzagiheza n'umwuzukuru wanjye cyangwa n'ubuvivi bwanjye. Ni ukumvikanisha rero yuko abo ngabo ibyo bitabo nibamara kubyandika bizadufasha. Mu by'ukuri ibyo mvuga uyu munsi cyangwa ibyo ndi kubabwira mfite ubuhamya bukomeye cyane ku ino mvugo yanjye. Njye n'abanyeshuri bagenzi banjye nitwiga mwaka wa kabiri twagiye gukora urugendo shuri ku mudugudu mu Bigogwe w'abarokotse jenoside. Mu by'ukuri abo bantu twabigiyeho ibintu byinshi bitangaje. Noneho mu by'ukuri nafashe umwanzuro ko nanjye ibyo bambwiye nta n'umwarimu n'umwe mu buzima bwanjye wigeze ubinyigisha. Nafashe umwanzuro ko nanjye gukora ubushakashatsi kugira ngo nzandike byinshi byerekeye kuri jenoside yakorewe abanyarwanda. Mu kugera ku musozo rero nsoza nababwira yuko inkingi nitagera inzu abarokotse jenoside si bagomba kwigisha gusa, ahubwo twese nk'abanyarwanda cyane cyane urubyiruko muze dufatanyirize hamwe turwanye ihakana n'ipfobya kandi dusobanukirwe byinshi, tuvugira hamwe nta Hutu nta Twa nta Tutsi, ahubwo tubwiye jenoside ati ntizongere kubaho ukundi. Murakoze cyane.
Ibyo yatubwiye ari ikintu nashaka kumvamo, sinzi nimba waza kudusubiramo ukatubwira itandukaniro rya jenoside yakorewe abatutsi mu Rwanda n'izindi jenoside zagezeho mu isi yose muri rusange.
Urakoze cyane ku kibazo cyawe cyiza. Mu by'ukuri jenoside yakorewe abatutsi mu Rwanda ifite umwihariko uvuga ko iyo jenoside yakozwe icyambere cyo n'abana b'abanyarwanda. Abanyarwanda cyangwa abantu b'icyo gihe bitwaga abahutu bayikorera abatutsi, ariko icyo gihe bose bari abanyarwanda. Mu gihe izindi jenoside zo hirya zakozwe n'abandi bantu batari abene igihugu cyangwa abantu basa nkaho bari mu gihugu kimwe. Urugero nk'abayahudi bakorewe jenoside n'abadage bo kwa Hitler. Bikumvikana aho ngaho ko ari ibintu bitandukanye. None undi umwihariko mu Rwanda wenda gatoya habayeho bicwaga mu buryo butandukanye cyane ndetse no mu bindi bihugu, kuko bari bafite imbunda n'amasasu. Kwica abantu byari byoroshye, ariko mu Rwanda bakoresheje urupfu navuga ngo rw'agashinyaguro. Mu mateka nta n'undi rupfu nigeze niga rumeze gutyo. Ibisongo, uduhiri, ibintu bibabaje cyane. Ndakeka babyumvishe rwose.
And I'm going to be presenting to you a topic entitled The Issue of Genocide, Denial, and the Way Youth Can Play Their Role in Fighting Against Genocide Ideology. Okay, thank you very much. Allow me to start by describing the main keywords in this topic. The first is genocide denial. Genocide denial is an attempt to minimize or deny the statements of scale or occurrence of an incident of genocide. While genocide ideology is a collection of thoughts characterized by speeches, conduct, and documents aimed at extraditing a given group of people, and this occurs most cases in periods of war or in normal periods. So you may wonder, what genocide am I talking about? I'm talking about the Rwandan genocide of 1994 against the Tutsi. So this was, by definition, this was the massive killing of the majority Tutsi and moderate Hutu by the majority Hutu in 1994. So, allow me go on by stating the points, means by which genocide ideology has been revealed, more especially here in Rwanda. My first point is boycotting of genocide commemoration. These are foreign authors and publishers who write books denying the occurrence of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, stating that Rwandans were killing each other. So the Tutsi weren't killed, but Rwandans were killing each other. The Hutu were killing the Tutsi, and the Tutsi were killing the Hutu. Yet, in the real case, the Tutsi were the ones being killed. So this is a form of denial. The next point is refusal and failure to extradite genocide perpetrators back to the countries where they committed crimes. Yeah, some countries, for example, France and Belgium, have acted as habitats for those genocide perpetrators to hide and have refused to send them back to Rwanda to face justice of the sins they committed in the 1994. So this is also a form of genocide denial, whereby those foreign countries play a part in keeping away those perpetrators from being judged or facing justice by the country. The last form of genocide denial is negation of genocide. Negation of genocide is simply denying that genocide occurred. This has been heard by very many people here in Rwanda. An example is the former First Lady of the former regime under Habyarimana. The First Lady was Agatha Habyarimana. She denied the occurrence of the 1994 genocide. And another example is the former Minister of Trade in Habyarimana's regime, who was called Justin Mugenzi. He's also a victim, one of the Rwandan people who denied genocide. Another one is Prosper Mugiraneza, who was the former Minister of Public Service in the former regime of Habyarimana. So, having stated the points by which genocide is being denied in Rwanda, allow me go on by trying to say how we youth, when I say the youth, it's simply us sitting here, how we the youth can play a role in preventing genocide ideology and denial in our country, Rwanda. My first point is forming anti-genocide clubs. An example here in Lycée, we have Never Again and Arouge. So those clubs help to spread the topics about preventing this genocide ideology by teaching people, as the students, by ways we can use to prevent genocide ideology. The next point is seminars and workshops. Yeah, seminars and workshops is when people meet and discuss different topics about genocide ideology and its spread. So, such seminars conclude. In conclusion, allow me to end by saying that all of us can play a part in preventing genocide ideology.
Good research you have made. I just want to ask you a question concerning that research that you have made and your presentation. You as Musore Rigani, what have you gained from that research? What have you gained from that research? And what is your contribution?
Thank you very much. What personally I've gained from this research is that I've came to realize some instances that I never knew before. An example is what I said of the Rwandan people that try to deny the genocide occurrence. So I've become more informed yeah, I had a little information about it, but I've become more informed because of the research I carried out. Thank you.
So it is time for the audience. Audience, do you have any question to ask him?
Vuze ku ngingo yo kuba intambara na jenoside bitandukanye, uvuga yuko intambara ikorwa n'abasirikare, jenoside nta basirikare ikorwamo. Nibazaga se wongera uranavuga ngo jenoside ingi yakorewe abatutsi, tukatufataho nk'urugero ko tubonamo abasirikare aribo ba Habyarimana, aribo batoje bamwe mu banyarwanda kugira ngo bawutegure jenoside. Wansubiza icyo kibazo cyangwa urakoze mistake uvuga ngo intambara ikorwa n'abasirikare gusa, kandi muri urwo rugero ngo hayi n'abasirikare bari barimo wiganje? Urakoze.
Umuvandimwe hirya arakoze cyane ku kibazo cye, ariko mu by'ukuri ashobora ko yumvise nabi ubusobanuro natanze. Ntabwo nigeze mvuga ko jenoside ikorwa n'abaturage nta basirikare bivangamo, ahubwo mu by'ukuri abasirikare bagira uruhare nuko banafasha abaturage kubumvisha cyangwa no kubatoza imyitozo imeze nk'iya gisirikari, nk'uko byabaye mu Rwanda hatozwa intera hamwe. Ntabwo abaturage batozaga abandi baturage, ahubwo ni abasirikari ba Habyarimana bafataga umugambi wo gutoza abanyarwanda b'intera hamwe. Wenda byashobora ko atigeze yumva neza ubusobanuro natanze.
Genocide ideology. Firstly, we have two key words. The first one is genocide ideology. This is a set of ideas and thoughts that is given to eliminate a particular group of people according to their uniqueness, or including the race, the social groups. Let's take an example from our ancient Rwanda, which consists of 3 ethnic groups. It's held to 1994 genocide. That means that's a genocide held to the Tutsi, done to the Tutsi because of their uniqueness from the society of Rwanda, particularly the 3 groups of the Hutu, the Tutsi, and the Twa. Okay, continuing, formal education is education we learn from school on daily basis. As here this is formal education. This school, Lycée de Kigali, gives formal education to students indeed. Let's come up on the informal education. This is the education we learn through life experience shared. This is informally being educated. This speech we are holding, this competition, this is actually part of informal education. Thank you. Continuing, the first topic goes like this. Firstly, formal education, we should learn from a person who say that the life's principles and perceptives that we girls adolescents will learn from life experiences, and they're the ones that sticks in our minds and memories indeed. Firstly, formal education provided within schools, as we all are given it, it's given first through the Munyarwanda program, the lessons, the history lessons, inclusively. I mean, why I say inclusively, it means without saying that there is the Facing History Club, which may learn that, there is the groups, we may say IRG, we may say, there's actually not inclusively as this, all the students in formal being educated. The reason why I said inclusively. Okay, clearly, the contrast, but we have, how do we really get that in the Munyarwanda program? We learn the lesson, we learn what is genocide, what was its cause and its effect, and how we really should fight it, isn't it? We all have that. But actually, we have a really question. We learn that, but with different moral values. Why do I say different moral values? The contrasting moral values are the causes, as they caused by the lack of various memories. It means what I need to mean here, these are the shared life experiences through which everyone here have according to what you have learned. If I'm the teacher, I come and tell you, genocide is this and this and this. This was its cause. The bad leadership was this and this. This is very good. But what if I was there and I tell you, me, I was there, genocide was prepared by these leaders, they did this and this and this, then what would be more effective? The reason why I'm saying we should learn from life, we learn really from life experiences. What we face is what sticks in our minds and indeed in memories. Let's come up. On the other hand, informal education takes a great part through various events. Like, let's take the Remember Week, Ijoro ryo Kwibuka, our post, and others, through which we share testimonies. If a person comes and share a testimony to me, that really involves me in the situation, and involving me in the situation involves me in the taking part of the answering through the youth. So, furthermore, because of this influence of formal education within the youth, taking a great part in schools as free education given, this involving many students, that's a great thing, which all the students share and join efforts to get information. That's a great thing from formal education we are holding here. But the question we are really having, that is really arising, is we don't have real evidences to explain this. Through that, what should we do? This formal education, as it's given for the government takes the great part in innovating and just changing a small part on how this is being given. How is this being done? This is through implementing a course rather than a lesson. We can have the study of Nyarwanda and genocide studies. That should really influence the students we are here learning. We actually learn the program, but it doesn't actually touch us. Another part is just involving the experienced real life victims that were there to just improve, just concern us in the situation, then take part in solving and then building a better Rwanda. Thank you.
Honorable head of the panel, honorable judges, honorable headmaster of the school on host, honorable competitors and first student, good morning. I'm here by the names of Ishimwe Peace. I'm coming from Lycée Notre Dame de Citeaux. I'm a sixth student in the combination of PCM, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. I would like to take this opportunity to thank JJ for organizing this competition, which help we, the youth, to be open-minded and learn more about the history of our country, and to look for possible solutions to mitigate effects caused by the 1994 genocide. Dear honorables and first students, on this beautiful morning we are going to talk about how far we have reached to fight against genocide denial and genocide ideology, and what left behind to be done by us, the youth. I want to tell you that 69% of arrests made this year. In April, it showed that they are for genocide ideology. And this genocide ideology, it shows that the case is between the ages of 39 to 53 years. And this number of age is between our fathers, grandfathers, which are the ones who provide more. We take a lot of time with them, which were the one to impact we as the youth to have that genocide denial or genocide ideology. So we as the youth, we have we have a particularity being the future of the country, so as to take a big lot to pray. So genocide denial is an attempt to minimize or the scale of and severity of instead of genocide. We have seen that genocide denial or genocide ideologies is got from social medias. I know all of you have accounts of Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, all kinds of that. But you can find a person going on Instagram, I'm talking you and me, going to see those people like Shadibu or other people who are famous like that. While you have skipped where a person is saying that in Rwanda there was no genocide, or there were a genocide, like how this man called Francis Medlan said that in Rwanda there were genocides, meaning that there was a genocide of Tutsi against Tutsi, and there was a feedback on another genocide against the Hutu. So we as the youth who use social medias, we have to use them well and appropriately by using it to fight against those who have genocide denial and genocide ideology. Another thing is that genocide denial comes in different forms. Like people use books, like writing books, like Philip wrote the book denying the genocide. But you know that there is the book called Left to Tell. And anyone who had read that book, it is for Immaculée Iribagiza. She's talking about the testimony she got from 1994 genocide against Tutsi in Rwanda. This book will help you to fight against those who read books saying that there was no genocide. If there were no genocide, why did this write the book? Because he passed through the situation. That means we have the instruments to use them to fight those who have genocide denial and genocide ideology. Another thing is that there was a man called Theoneste Manibzibereho. In June last year, he told a 1994 genocide survivor called Karihangabo that he will kill her, throw her into a latrine, her head first, like how her relatives were dumped into in latrines. He went on saying that he will definitely kill her so that Hutus only remains. This is a genocide ideology. This means how can we fight about this? Knowing this information, it helps you to go to report to the police station so that the one who is committing a genocide ideology could be under arrested. Or like this, how it went on, he was arrested and sentenced for 4 years in prison. Let me go on genocide, saying the definition of a genocide ideology. Is the aggregates of thoughts characterized by conduct, speeches, document, and other aims of exterminating ethnic group, religion, color, physical appearance, or political group. And taking an example, there is a school called Catholic Se, where this was practiced. So in this school, they practiced this, but after then, they were in prisons who practiced that. After they brought a unity and reconciliation club which helped them to reunite. And there through, I can say that through education we can have more we can have more to tell those who deny or have genocide ideology. Like programs of Ndumunyarwanda, we go in Torero after secondary schools and Rugerero, which helps us to gain more about the country, the history of our country, and also maintaining the safety, security, and prosperity of the memorial sites, like Kigali memorial sites and other sites in different countries. So we as the youth, we have to play a big role so that to protect our country, which will be given us as a legacy. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I go by the name of Ibzema Nicolas Janvier, and I have the topic which says that churches and schools influence the genocide ideology more than friends and family members. Firstly, I would like to allow me to start by introducing the key terms in this topic, where we have the ideology. Ideology, this is the set of normative and values that a person and entity has non-epistemic reasons. Then the second key term is called genocide. Genocide is the word of coming from the language of the Greek. It is composed of two words, genos, which means the race, and the side, which means killing. And genocide, this is the massive killing of the innocent people due to racism, due to political ideology, due to ethnic groups, and more. But this genocide has to be imposed by the government. Then the following key term is genocide ideology. Genocide ideology, this is the belief that one can cause the person or a group of people to have a feeling of killing or eliminating another person or another group of people completely. And we are going to discuss how churches and schools influence the genocide ideology more than friends and family members. Normally, teachers are the ones who are our career guidance. Our teachers normally told us the ones how we behave in the society and when we are the mistaken. So that, for example, when they acquire the ideology, it is easy for them to be spread to their students. And in addition, at the schools, this is where we meet our fellow students and we discuss. But when one of our students or one of the fellows acquire genocide ideology, it will be easy for him or her to be spread to others. And this is why churches and schools influence the genocide ideology more than friends and family members. The second topic, second point was churches and schools can transform the mindset of their followers or their runners. Normally, for example, for churches, pastors, these are the person who normally are obeyed by their followers or are trusted by their people. And when they acquire ideology, it will be easy for them to be spread to their followers because they have great influence on them. And this will cause them to be, just ideology to be easily spread to them. Another was the family members or your friends. You can discuss for an issue. For example, if you are my friends, you can discuss deeply and I ask some questions. But if you are a teacher or my pastor, I will not ask you all things. But if you are my friends, I will ask all in order to get the point clearly. Normally, this was the more about my topics, and the last three as my conclusion. Allow me to say that as we are youth, let us take this as an opportunity. Let us fight genocide ideology by saying that in the Umunyarwanda program, this is the program of the Ugandan government. As my conclusion, the Bible was the point of how churches and how schools and churches influence genocide ideology. And allow me to end by saying that as a youth, let us stand together and fight genocide ideology. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Chuti Arno. I'm coming from College Saint Andre. And I'm here talking about the topic which says that colonialism is responsible for the idea that Rwandans are different from one another. Okay, about this topic, let me start by saying that about the tribes or the social classes we know in the past, where there are Hutu, Tutsi, and Twa. These social classes were not, these tribes were referred as social classes regarding to how one is tall or how one is having a big nose, but they are taken as social classes considering how or what one owns, about the number of cows one has, about how he or she does these activities, either hunting or farming or any other activities. These were given to people according to what they do or what they own. But after the coming of these colonialists, they take them and change their meaning so as to divide the Rwandans, so for making it easy for them to colonize Rwandans, where they say that Hutu, let me start from Tutsi, where they say that Tutsi are the people who are tall and people who have long nose and they have many number of cows compared to others, where they say that Hutu are the people who are not tall than Tutsi, but they have fewer cows compared to those on Tutsi. And where they refer them to people who used to hunt and they work for the rich families. And about what they did again for making it easy to colonize Rwandans, they have abolished Itorero. So there were institutions where Rwandans would meet and start about how they can live with others in a peaceful way, and studying about more knowledgeable things which can help them in real life. And so as to colonize Rwandans, they used this method of abolition of Itorero for making them easy to colonize Rwandans, where they moved this institution which promoted unity among Rwandans. Another thing they used to do to show us Rwandans are different, they used the king power so as an evidence to show Rwandans that they are different, where they used to go and tell the king that you see those people, they are not doing what they have to do, so as to show the people who are being rude or ordered that the king also hate them. So to promote that spirit of ideology or division ideology in people's minds, they used to tell the king that torture those people who are not doing whatever they are asked to do. And they also do, they also go on the side of the people who are being rude and saying that, have you seen what the king have done for you? He is totally in jail because you are not from noble families of Tutsi. And this act promoted the ideology between Rwandan minds so as to hear that they are totally different. Another thing they used to do is about education, where they used to establish schools about Tutsis only, but not for Hutu. One of these schools is the school we know as Groupe Officier Debuta, which was established in 1929. This school was set as a school of children from noble families who were said to be born to rule and govern others. These people were referred to Tutsi. And people used to ask many questions. That means that if these people are also the one to study, why not us? This promoted a big hatred in people's mind, that feeling that if one can do this, why not us? So those colonialists used to explain them, saying that because you are from Hutu tribe and those one are from Tutsi tribe, this is the only way, this is the only reason which proved the two people that they are not the same. And they continue feeling that spirit that they are not the same because one are Tutsi, one are Hutu, and they continue asking many questions about how they were born, or asking questions what they can do so as to live together. So as conclusion, there is a saying which states that united we stand, divided we fall. Because as we promote the strong unity among us as Rwandans, it will be difficult for anyone who will want to distract our unity and maybe provocate other bad ideas which can disturb our unity. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the names of Ngara Bibeni. I study at Lycée Notre-Dame de Citeaux, and I'm going to tell you about my topic, which is survivors of genocide are responsible for educating others about it. I call my essay, I call my story, Survivor, the Story of Resilience. Number one, a survivor a person who continues to live, especially despite being nearly killed or experiencing great danger or difficulty. And in this case, I'm talking about the people who survived the 1994 Tutsi genocide in Rwanda. And one English proverb says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And to looking at it, who is more stronger than the survivors of 1994 genocide? But the million-dollar question still remains that are they making sure the rest of the world knows about the Tutsi genocide so as to prevent the reoccurrence of it? So, number one, the survivors are the ones who have the first-hand information. They're the ones who saw, who have the scars of the brutality of this genocide. So, which makes them the most compatible people to teach you about what they saw, what they lived through, their pain, their scars, and their resilience, how they came from the floor and how they're on top right now. I'm talking about how the survivors of genocide, they know how it started. They saw how everything began. So if they see you calling your fellow Rwandese Wamututsiwe, they will tell you no, because they know how it started. It started like that, telling you you're taller than me, telling you you have a bigger nose than me. That's how it started. They know it, so they have the power to fight genocide because they know what happened, how it continued, and how it ended. Continuing on, survivors are the ones to tell the rest of the world not only the story of their hardship, not only the story of killings, but the story of their resilience, how they had the ability to quickly recover from what happened. For example, we can see Avega, we can see GIRG, we can see they have the first-hand information. They can tell us, they can teach us how to be more resilient, how to overcome hardship. And they can do this through education in schools, through debating, through conferences, and through tournaments, interactions like these ones, and with their communities. They are also the most relevant people to teach us how they overcame hatred, how they overcame anger, through the road of forgiveness. They're the ones who lived through that. They're the ones who know it, so they're most relevant to teach us. And concluding, I'm saying that the survivors of genocide have the strength to secure the future away from genocide. They have the power to silence the slanderers who don't know genocide, those who deny genocide, and those who don't know anything about Rwanda. Since they're the original source of history, and the ones who survived genocide are the ones who are fit to tell the story of resilience. I still call my survival the story of resilience. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me.
But what I'm advising you for the next round is that once you are presenting, you know, as a presenter, you should make research for your work. It's not just coming here and then you begin giving us a speech. Everyone can give a speech, but is that a researchable speech? If it is a researchable speech, it means there must be some references of where you got that information. Then another point is you have to own this presentation. I think from the beginning I told you the considerations that we are going to put in place as we are judging. So make sure you own this presentation. It's not for another person, it is for you. And what shows that it is for you? It means the confidence that we see in you, the eye contact that we can see, those are the factors that we consider that this work is for that person.
GIRG, Groupe des anciens étudiants rescapés de génocide, dutegura iki gikorwa irushanwa Genocide Essay Writing and the Presentation Challenge. Twari tugambiriye kumva ibitekerezo by'urubyiruko n'uburyo rwiteguye muri gahunda yo guhangana n'ipfobya n'ihakana rya Genocide. Kuko twizera yuko mbere yuko utangira ingamba zo kurwanya ipfobya n'ihakana rya Genocide ugomba kuba ufite amakuru kwanza, ufite amateka y'ibyabaye, ubisobanukiwe neza ku buryo wagera ku rwego rwo kubyigisha abandi. Indi mpamvu ya kabiri kwari ukugira ngo urubyiruko ubwarwo rugire inyota yo gusobanukirwa n'aya mateka, either babiganiriye n'inshuti zabo aho biga, babiganiriye n'abarimu babo, babiganiriye n'ababyeyi babo, cyangwa se babisomye mu bitabo byandikwa, cyangwa se basuye inzibutso za Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi. Ibyo rero bigatuma bagira amakuru afatika yabafasha nabo kwigisha bagenzi babo aho biga, abo bagendana nabo, inshuti zabo, ndetse yewe no mu miryango yabo aho bavuka. Ibi rero niyo mpamvu nyamukuru y'aya marushanwa, kugira ngo dukomeze gukwirakwiza ubutumwa bw'uko Jenoside akwiriye kongera kubaho ukundi. Kuko kubivuga gusa ngo never again ntibihagije udakoze ibikorwa bituma iyo never again uvuga ibasha kugerwaho koko. Nkuko rwose bavuga ko urubyiruko ari imbaraga. Twatangiriye mu karere ka Gasabo muri Collège Ami des Enfants. Hahuriye Collège Ami des Enfants, hahurira Fawe Girls School, hahurira ndetse n'ikigo cya SOS. Abana batanze ibitekerezo byiza pe, bifite ingero zifatika, bifite reference, bifite ubushakashatsi. Baravuga bati Jenoside niki nkuko byavuzwe n'umwarimu wa kaminuza y'ahana y'u Rwanda. Bakavuga bati guhakana Jenoside ni ibitekerezo, ni ibikorwa ibi n'ibi nkuko bigaragara mu gitabo cya runaka wo mu gihugu kiniki. Ariko urubyiruko rushobora guhangana nayo nkuko urubyiruko rwo muri kaminuza iyi n'iyi muri iki gihugu kiniki bageze gutya bagakora ibikorwa ibi n'ibi. Bagiye badutungura cyane sinkubeshye. Muzagenda mubibona namwe mu byegeranyo tuzakora no muri raporo tuzatanga, uburyo urubyiruko rwagiye rutanga ibitekerezo bifatika kandi bikomeye. Ntabwo buriya guhashya Jenoside, guhashya ikintu kibi ntibisaba ibitekerezo by'umuntu wambaye cyane, ahubwo bisaba umutima ushyize mu gutuza, utuje, ukareba icyiza ukagambirira icyiza. Runo rubyiruko rero nibyo bitekerezo bafite. Abana bo muri Saint Andre twahuye uyu munsi ahangaha, abana bo muri Saint Notre Dame de Citeaux nabo muri RDK bafite ibitekerezo byiza, ariko kuko twagombaga kuza kubegera, kuko biragaragara yuko dufite devoir cyangwa se umukoro ukomeye cyane wo kubaganiriza, tukabasobanurira neza kurushaho. Niba umwana ashobora kuvuga ati ntabwo turasura urwibutso, ni ikibazo, amakuru azayavana hehe? Biba bishatse kuvuga yuko ataranaganira n'ababyeyi be ngo bamusobanurire neza bike kuri Jenoside. Muri ibi biganiro rero turabashishikariza kuganira n'ababyeyi babo, gusura inzibutso, kuganira gusoma ibitabo, kugira ngo iyo konteni, ayo makuru babe bayafite muri bo, tuyahererekanye.
Abantu ba mbere dushimira ni abayobozi b'ibigo by'amashuri baduhaye abana, twabahaye ubutumwa babugeza ku bana, ariko by'umwihariko tugashimira n'abana babyitabiriye, babishyizemo ubushake, bakoze ubushakashatsi, ukabona bafite n'ishyaka ryo kuvuga amateka nyakuri kuri Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi. Tugashimira n'abandi bafatanyabikorwa batandukanye, ariko ni ubwa mbere tubikoze nka JRG. Turifuza ko twazabyagura, ni nacyo abana bajemo hano basabye ko byazajya mu turere twose, tukabaha umwanya wihariye. Uko ubushobozi buzaboneka tuzabikora ku buryo bwisumbuyeho.